Okay, it is time, y'all. It is time. We love modular buildings. We love modular cities. And if you caught our review, you know we love the Tudor Corner, the new 2025 Lego Modular. And it is time for us to now figure out which other modulars it works best next to by taking pictures of it next to every other Lego designed modular building, plus some other modular compatible sets. And at the end, we're going to show you our favorite combination. Trust me, it does not disappoint. So let's go ahead and dive in. We'll start with the most recent modulars, largely because Lego gave us this photo on the back of the box, the Jazz Club to the right and the Natural History Museum on the left. According to an interview with the set designer, he kept these two modulars in mind when putting together the Tudor Corner. And to be honest, these do look really nice together, especially the Jazz Club on the right. The connection point is seamless from the second and third level facades matching up to the light gray band of tiles bordering the sidewalk. The very light blue-gray color scheme of the haberdashery combines well with the dark red of the Jazz Club, and even the heights of the two buildings are nearly identical. This is 100% a combination worth keeping in mind. It's less clear that the Natural History Museum is a prime candidate for the left side of the Tudor Corner, though. The gap with the stairs highlights just how big the Natural History Museum is. Still, the flower garden at the front of the Natural History Museum can be wonky next to other modulars because it pushes the front facade deeper into the base plate, and placing this by those stairs helps the Natural History Museum fit in a bit better. If you switch the buildings around, I'm a little less enthused. I think the Jazz Club works better on the left than the Natural History Museum does because the height of the pizza shop works better, but the flower gardens for the Natural History Museum don't align well with the haberdashery. I was thinking about what other combinations I could do right off the bat. I went for a triple restaurant double stairs look, and honestly, I regretted it. I love the Parisian restaurant here, but having two staircases right next to each other like this, it's just not the way to go. The heights work well, but the colors of the main buildings, as well as the reddish brown and blaze stairs next to each other, they don't impress me. I was intrigued by the Downtown Diner's white band, aligning nearly perfectly with the haberdashery sign though. The right edge of the haberdashery setting the border with the Downtown Diner is kind of nice. It creates a little bit of an alleyway feel. If you flip these around, it does actually help a little bit. I do like the Parisian restaurant to the right because the outdoor eating area of that set is bracketed nicely by the haberdashery and then the entrance to the Parisian restaurant. The Downtown Diner size isn't too overbearing on the left, so that is a possibility as well. When I combined the Parisian restaurant with the Tudor Corner, I started figuring out that there's going to be a little bit of a problem when we try to place the Tudor Corner next to other buildings, and that is the balcony and the nice window on the third floor. That side of the building, similar to the Boutique Hotel, for instance, that has these odd angles and this whole side of the hotel, makes it difficult to put other modular buildings on that particular side. In some ways, it's almost like you have three sides to this modular building, and that complicates how I wanted to place it in our city and which other modulars I want to combine it with. I don't want an obstructed view for those windows or that balcony in an ideal situation. Check out these shots next to the Boutique Hotel, the detective's office, the cafe corner, the greengrocer, and the police station, which is normally a reliable partner for most modulars, and they don't really look all that good or work great with this third floor balcony. In my mind, there are two solutions to this problem. The first is you can just add height to the Tudor Corner by adding another level, which is doable, but it does add expense. And quite frankly, I already spent $230 on this modular. I don't want to have to spend more money just to make it fit in nicely with my modular city. Of course, adding height then could add additional complications for finding an ideal combination. The second one is more doable in my mind, and that is to find a modular building that is shorter and thinner so that you don't have to worry about obstructing the window or the balcony on the third level. For instance, take a look at the bookshop apartment here. I really like this. The European-styled architecture goes well with the Tudor corner. It's a bit shorter, not by much, but just enough. And there is an unobstructed view out the back window for our animal-loving studio tenant. Even the sidewalk connection works well, as the stair railing segues nicely to the flower garden in front of the bay window. The other two-building modular, the pet shop, is intriguing here as well. Now this may be minor, but I really like how the entrance to the side steps of the pet shop comes out one stud past the railing of the Tudor corner stairs, and the view from the third floor is unobstructed. The brick bank also provides an unobstructed view and a nice connection point with the laundromat. The greengrocer over here obstructs the balcony, and it just looks too big next to the Tudor corner. If I were to switch around that bookshop and the apartment, I'm not as big a fan of that. It's too tall, even if I like the sidewalk mesh point. Assembly Square is also a possibility, but doesn't quite feel right there, given the height, although I do like the European architecture and how it fits together. What about the Town Hall? No, definitely not. Sorry, Town Hall, just not working here. But could you put it next to something too short? I think the answer is yes. The X Mansion looks odd on the left-hand side of the Tudor corner with the home being too short. How about the Spring Lantern Festival, a park from the 2021 Lunar New Year sub-theme? Again, not my favorite, as it just feels like you're falling off a cliff when you look out across this from the Tudor corner, although I think it makes for a nice view from the third level window and balcony. Another potential problem with the left side of the Tudor corner is that with the stairs going up, the sidewall of the corresponding modular becomes relevant. Many modulars have random colors on the backs and sides due to parts usage to get the interiors to work just right. And you can do that if they're not seen in displays. But if you put these stairs next to them, it's going to expose all those different colors. Check out the Tudor corner next to the boutique hotel. Yeah, that's not good. The brick bank also suffers a bit here, despite how much I really enjoy the set next to the Tudor corner. That is a problem, and the corner garage definitely struggles in this regard. Which combination on the left of the Tudor corner did I like the best? Well, I will show you that in just a little bit. But lest you think I forgot about what looks good on the right side of this building, don't worry. I did a bunch of tests to see which ones came out best over here. Some of them just didn't look right, like the boutique hotel. There are too many angles, and I don't like how the art shop juts out so much from the edge of the haberdashery. The same actually holds for the bookshop apartment. I, for some reason, don't like how those stairs angle out next to the haberdashery, or even our modified botanical garden, which doesn't really sit well at the mesh point, although we could add some depth to the botanical garden sidewalk that we put in to make it work a little bit better. I will also say the alleyway isn't great between the two, and honestly I'd prefer that the botanical garden stand next to more green space. And the Spring Lantern Festival may be okay on the left, but I don't really like it on the right. The Tudor corner just looks really lonely like this. Even the police station looks a bit odd here. I'm not a huge fan of the very light blue and light purple combination with the donut shop, but it strikes me as just one stud too far into the base plate for this to work well, and the Grand Emporium isn't quite what I'm looking for here, nor is the broadness of the fire brigade. I think those 32 long buildings may not work as nice next to this one. Bringing back the X Mansion, and I still think it looks silly, especially with the lawn, and you could modify that if you want. It looks so small next to the Tudor corner, it's not even an option for me. And what about the good old Town Hall? No, sorry Town Hall, absolutely not. Other combinations look really nice though. Take the brick bank, one of the most versatile modulars out there. I noted that it did look nice on the left, but it really shines nicely on the right as well. The heights and facades line up, and I really like how the sidewalks mesh. And the Sanctum Sanctorum has its charms here as well. Check out the medium nougat ties between the two buildings. The sand green of the roof complements the very light blue. Everything here lines up perfectly. It's very, very nice. And even the assembly square is solid when you put it on the right-hand side. As the buildings are all reasonably narrow, and the heights are reasonably close. The cafe dance studio lines up well with the haberdashery, and the plaza for the assembly square provides a sense of openness that I really like next to the Tudor Corner. Or even the detective's office, where you get a medium nougat and bright light blue motif back and forth with some dark red and reddish brown mixed in as a change of pace between the roof of the Tudor Corner and the third level of the detective's office. And oddly, I really like the newspaper stand next to the haberdashery. For some reason, that just really clicks with me. Taking things back a bit further in time, the pet shop is an intriguing option with similar roofs, the blue exteriors, and how the facades line up. However, if you switch the pet shop with its apartment building, the brownstone, I think you're onto something. The four unique but narrow exteriors go well together, and having the brownstone between the very light blue haberdashery and the sand blue pet shop is a solid lineup. The facades line up well, and I like the steps here better than the ones from the bookshop apartment, which again is kind of odd and may seem random. That's just how I'm going with it today. The Palace Cinema is very intriguing here as well if you're thinking about an entertainment district. The mesh point is solid, the dark red roofs bracket the haberdashery, and their sizes comport well together. The corner garage pops out well here. Yet another corner modular that fits well to the right. I'm not sure the restaurant patrons would be keen smelling the gas and service station fumes while eating outside, but I do like how the dark orange from the second floor window of the Tudor Corner connects with the facade of the corner garage. Of course, we can go even older school by looking at the greengrocer and cafe corner, which both look really nice here. Maybe the roofs between the greengrocer and Tudor Corner are too similar, but I don't mind that. And perhaps it's a bit too tall. That's not a huge bother to me because the facades line up well and the very light blue and sand green is a good color combination. But the width of the greengrocer is a bit concerning to me. Now check out this beauty right here. If you have a short block and you don't mind using two corners back to back, the cafe corner is wonderful here. Again, similar roofing styles, but the black and dark red combination is fantastic, and the yellow from the awning really pops out next to the haberdashery. With so many combinations to choose from, it was difficult to figure out which ones we liked best next to the Tudor Corner, and that speaks to the versatility of the Tudor Corner overall. I think it's going to be a fantastic modular in your modular city. But without further ado, we promised you our favorite combination, and I'm going to start with the one on the left, which is the bookshop, and especially with the apartment part next to the Tudor Corner. This is the perfect combination of height, angles, depth, and architecture. It's also nice because the bookshop is far from my favorite modular, but this combination really allows this set to shine, and I give props to both the Tudor Corner and its design as well as the bookshop. Now over on the right here, it was even tougher to choose because so many buildings looked great on this side, but in the end I went with the detective's office. The nougat light blue sequencing is so nice, and the splash of dark red from the Tudor Corner roof and the reddish brown from the detective's office supplement the look nicely. I was seriously contemplating putting the cafe corner on this side because I really like how the architecture works, and I kind of wanted to have dueling restaurants next to one another on the street, but in the end I went with this one. But there were so many really nice combinations, whether it be on the right, which had I think more than those on the left, still a good number there, that I don't know if you can really go wrong, except maybe the town hall. If you have the Tudor Corner, where are you placing that in your modular city? And if you looked at all these combinations, comment down below which one or ones were your favorites. Thanks for watching, and always remember to keep building together.